What is your inner language to creativity? Do you know what it is? Do you know where it starts? Do you know why you have it? A language of creativity that makes you unique. Are you visual? Are you more of a reader and you see pictures? Do you have a photogenic memory? These are some of the things that make you uniquely you. And when you start to learn that about yourself, you will be more connected with your inner artistic rebel or with your unique creative voice. I also think that voice is actually your intuition. I think that it's ever expanding. Listening to my voice inside my higher self, it's like having a relationship with my higher self. It's always developing, and yet sometimes I'm a good partner to it, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I think I know, and I get called out all the time on this. But are you, going back to being an artistic rebel, are you inspired when you see art? Or are you one of the ones that say, oh, I could do that? I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I think that what you need to think about is that art that's on the wall in that gallery. It's not just about that art that's on the wall in the gallery. It's about the person that thought of it. Then that person managed to put it together to create it with all the components. Then that person managed to find somebody that supported them enough to hang it in their gallery, and also that wanted and believed in this person that they could sell it and find a client for it, a home for it. So not to judge anyone that thinks they can say, oh, I can do that. Of course we can copy, especially if you're creatively talented. There's many things you can copy. But are you really willing? Are you really able to find your own unique voice? There's other people that are attracted by watching people on the street. I happen to be one of those. I happen to be both of these two. And just the way somebody puts something together, and it might stick in my mind and I might forget about it and I might remember again about it in my studio. Are you somebody that likes movies? There's so many people that look at movies from the past that it inspires them to bring something into the present and into the future. So once you start relating with that, well, why do I like that? Well, why am I attracted to the way that person is wearing that jacket? Why do I like that music? What does that music bring about my unique self? Once you start interacting with this inside you, it's going to be so happy that you noticed it. Number one, that you noticed it, and now that intuitive voice is just going to go oh, here, let me tell them about this, and let me show them this. So you're actually interacting with a part of yourself that, so many times you've heard so many stories about young children where the art teacher has said that that wasn't good, or, somehow said something negative about what they were doing artistically, in writing or in any way that's artistic that comes from their unique being. And what a shame, shame on them. But they didn't know probably, but now we know that that's not any way to treat a child. It's not any way to treat who you are. We have all experienced that, whether we stood out in school and suddenly, we feel bad that we wore those pants even though we thought we were so cool, So it's just part of being the human condition. But now you're a creative artist and the world needs your unique voice. And so find it within you and learn to cultivate it so that you can finding the creativity that your unique voice speaks with you about, that interacts with you about. So find how that is with you. Build a relationship with it inside you, and I guarantee you it will blossom. I'm Catherine Story. I am an indie fashion designer, and these are some quotes from my book, Artistic Rebel. I hope you liked them. Please like and subscribe for more.